Nothing is accidental in life. Nothing. Everything that has happened to you from the moment you were born until today, the person that you are, made you the person that you are. And it all happened because it's serving you one way or another. And you have to get to a point in your life where you start asking questions. And if you want true answers, you have to go within because the answers are not without. And when you do start ask questions, be unapologetic, be unsatisfied with the information until you stumble upon information that rings true with you and you know you're onto something. You need to find a way to connect with your soul and discover your purpose in life, your so-called destiny. Without that, you're going to keep losing your way.
You have to get to a state where you're not thinking about things in terms of traumas. You have to look at things in terms of experiences.
Yeah, but past that. But these are just things that are keeping you here. They're keeping you here. You know, it's another form of distraction. You know, because when you're inside your imagination, when you're communicating with your soul has no trauma in there. You're, even if you're in here, in reality, a sick person, a handicap, you have some kind of physical issue, some kind of health issue, some kind of mental issue, in there, you're none of that. You're a version, a healthy, perfect, complete version of yourself. And Dr. Joe Dispenza has so many people who have managed to cure themselves from stage 4 cancer through meditation. These are facts. These are not some woo-woo information. So if this is possible, then this is what you need to focus on. Your earthly problems can disappear through the correct use of your imagination. Everything can be solved in life through the correct use of your imagination. This is how powerful your imagination is. So if we are all sitting here complaining about how bad life is, how the world is on fire, did you hear this on the news? What about that? Complaining about our childhood traumas, our relationships, we are being distracted. We're missing the point. We are getting further and further disconnected from our souls and from the opportunity to discover our true purpose in life. You see what I mean? It is very important to rise above all of this noise and to discover who you truly are. Because who you truly are is not your profession. It's not your name. It's not your age, your nationality, you name it.
Your title or your status.
None of that. None of that. This could be your avatar, but that's not who you truly are.
It's not who you are.
Not even a little bit. Not even your essence is your soul. So get to know your soul. And you can do that through using your imagination and through creating that habit that we talked about, that ritual, habitual ritual at night, where you spend some time to load in the state of your mind, of your wish fulfilled, and go into dreamland with that state of mind, in order for you to receive visions and revelations in your dreams. So when you wake up, you're a different human. You're not your old self. You are on the frequency of your soul. And that's where the magic is.
You should explain frequency.
Frequency is the state of mind that you occupy the most. That's frequency, truthfully.
Frequency, how often something is happening. It's not a channel that you're tuning into per se, the way that sometimes it's imagined,
Like the
where,
radio.
like the radio, right? You're tuning
the
into a
TV.
particular frequency. Well,
It's not that.
let's be on the same frequency. Let's vibe. What does that mean? What that means is to occupy a particular state
Of mind.
in your imagination.
That helps you see the world from the point of view of your soul. Because it's all about a point of view. Your world will be the type of world that you see from your point of view. Because
Continuous use.
Of your imagination.
Use. That's the frequency.
That's the secret right there. That's a secret that's been kept secret from humanity for ages, through all sorts of manners. But this is the soul truth, and I know you know it. That's why you're here today, and that's why you're listening to us, and you're ready to receive that information, and you're ready to take control of your life and to create the life of your dreams for yourself through your imagination.
It's both an individual journey and a shared journey, in the sense that everybody goes through this. We're going through this. You go through this consistently. Yes. Things have happened to you, and things continue to happen to you. But what kind of meaning do you assign to it?
An awakened soul leads with love, doesn't fear. And that's you. That's you. So now that you're empowered to reclaim your freedom, you should do exactly that. We're just giving you the tools how to make this into a reality for yourself, the way we have. So this is our journey, and we are sharing the knowledge so you can do it too.
I used to make this mistake all the time, and I'm not saying that I'm innocent of it now, but once you've done that work, once you've been there, once you've been in that state of the wish fulfilled, and you know exactly who you are, and yet at the same time, because you're not seeing it manifest in the world at the moment, right? You're dropping down into this fact-based mode where you need to see it to believe it. And it begins to tell you all of the, right? Because you're not seeing it. So obviously, you're going to start, you're going to start asking yourself, or rather convincing yourself, of all the reasons why it's not happening.
Doubting. You're going to start doubting.
Yep. And then that's exactly the thing that you should not be doing. So your search for the evidence is exactly the thing that you should not be doing. That's the true test of your imagination.
Exactly.
That's the true test.
That's why we keep saying continuous faith in yourself, continuous faith in your own imagination. You have to be able to cultivate that for yourself, because if you don't, nobody will do it for you. And if you don't, you won't succeed in your quest of life.
And as Sylvia was saying, nothing is accidental. So sometimes when you try to force something, another thing that I would often do is you try to once again, you've seen yourself there, but you don't know when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
In order for it to happen, you have to let go and just have the faith. But because you have already received the vision, or you've already imagined it, now you want it to happen as soon as possible, and so you're trying to force it, and so you're trying to arrange all of the pieces so that it happens as soon as possible because you want it so desperately. Again, you're pushing it further and further away from yourself. It's not going to happen until it's meant to happen, and it's only going to happen once you're not forcing it to happen. The tighter that you squeeze the sand, the more of it is going to slip through your fingers. So, but you can hold a lot. You just hold it like that.
So you have to accept the simple truth that the when and the how are not your business. This is what it truly means to trust the process. The when and the how, the details of how your wish will be fulfilled, this is the job of the universe. And please don't have the audacity to think that you can do it better than the universe, because we can't. You know, Almighty, we can't even a fraction. So yeah, which is great, which is actually making it easier for you. So you just gotta know what you want, and you have to identify with your aim, with your destiny, and then just trust the process. Letting go of control is not easy to do, but it's not hard. So practice makes perfect. And, you know, like, make sure you have the grace for yourself whenever you fail, but then keep working effortlessly to arrive there. It's very important because if you plant that seed and then you begin with the self-doubt, that's like plucking the seed out to check if it's growing. So then you killed it, and then you gotta start again. You gotta plant it, and through continuous faith water it and wait for it to come, for the harvest.
You planted the seed. Imagine that the seed started asking itself, am I a tree yet? Am I a tree yet? And it would look at its current state. It's obviously not a tree yet, but it will be a tree at some point. But if you look at it and start asking those questions, well, am I that yet? Am I that yet? You have to be, this is where we talk about forgiveness. You have to be able to forgive yourself consistently on a daily basis for not being that which you will become.
Yet.
It's okay. You will become that. But if you're constantly looking at whether you are that right now in the physical world, no, not yet. But that's okay.
Because on your way, you're on your way. You're on your way. You got this. You got this. Don't be hard on yourself, but do maintain a continuous faith in yourself in order for you to succeed.
You definitely got this.
Of course.
Till next time.